organic sauerkraut and kombucha.
Oh, people are gonna love that.
Good.
Hey, you guys, thanks for joining me. Today we are teaching, and I didn't print out recipes, but if you give me your cell phone number, I can text you the little recipe card, okay?
Uh-huh.
So today we are making handheld chicken fritters. Super fast, super easy. The reason I chose this recipe is because a lot of the times we don't have a lot of time in the summer to throw things together, but we want something fun for picnics. So what I did for this recipe, upstairs they have this canned chicken. We'll show our audience here. So it's really fast. If you don't have time to cook chicken and de-thaw it, or you just get fresh chicken from the market, you still have to kind of cut it up and it takes a while to cook. So you can get the organic canned chicken here. And then you just mix it up, and we're gonna chop some fresh cilantro. We're gonna add jalapeños. You like spicy?
Yes.
Oh, good. So let's show them some of our ingredients we have here. So do you work here? Is that why you're doing a class, or you are a patron and you just signed up to do a class?
I've been doing this for 23 years.
Oh, you're kidding! So why do you like to hold classes here?
To maybe get clients and just to teach people. And
What do you do?
I'm a functional nutritionist.
You should come introduce yourself. Come over here. We have a functional nutritionist in our class today, which is really, really great. We're all trying to spread the word about being healthy. So if you want to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about what you do and how long you've been doing this while I chop some cilantro.
Sure. Hi, I'm Scott Scherner, and as she mentioned, I'm a functional nutritionist and a health coach. My wife and I, she's in the audience, but we also have a biodynamic farm, and that's in West Valley. I teach here at this location and several other locations. I've been doing this for 23 years. And what else can I say?
Well, where's your farm at?
Oh, our farm is in West Valley.
Wow, and what do you sell there? Like, can people like myself go to your farm?
You could. Hopefully we'll be selling goat cheese and goat milk. That's a new addition to our farm.
Oh my gosh. And you just have all of those on your farm so that you know what they're eating, you know where they were raised,
right.
The life that they led was a happy one.
Oh yes, very
Oh
happy.
my gosh, we need, so after this video, we'll get his information and you guys can see his information below. And because we're all about spreading the word for local farmers, local growers. We want you to buy local because, like we said, you know where it came from, what it ate, it led a happy life. There's no added hormones or,
all the junk, all the
garbage. Yes. Oh my god.
In fact, our we have pastured eggs we sell.
Oh.
All our animals get filtered water. All their food is organic or better.
Wow. How long have you been running that farm?
Since 1992.
Whoa,
27 years.
You guys, I have a treasure in my audience. This is so cool. I'm so glad to meet you.
Well thanks for letting me come out.
How fun. So what got you started in the nutritional farming and I know I'm going to botch it up, but what got you started in this?
This is Sierra.
Hi,
She's a helper on the farm. She's a good farm worker, and she helps a lot with the goats, right?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you love what your daddy does, your mom and your dad? What's your favorite part about helping on the farm? The goats? Do you like the little baby goats? So I was also raised on a farm, and I grew up with goats and pigs and chickens.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had...
Isn't that neat?
And basically, probably the same as you, everything that we ate or wore, we grew it, or we caught it, or we made it ourselves. We didn't really go to the doctor a lot. We didn't really go to the store a lot. And so it was a big transition for me. And I don't know if I've told you guys the story, but the first time I moved out of our farm, I was grocery shopping. And again, we had everything in bulk. We made everything from scratch. You know, the food we ate was venison.
Mm-hmm.
I had never tasted ground beef before.
Lucky you.
It was venison or bear or elk, and so I went to the grocery store and my friend's like, I need to make a cake. So we go down the aisle and I was like, oh, I know cake. I had all the recipes memorized in my head because we made everything from scratch. she's like, we need flour and we need eggs and we need baking soda and blah, blah, blah. And she just went and grabbed a box and she's like, hey, we're set. I had no idea, you guys, that they made cake in a box. My mind was blown. But it was also kind of soul crushing, only because it made me sad that it was so convenient, and then when you read the ingredients that were in the box,
Nasty.
all of these things that I didn't even know what they were,
Right.
you know? And their parents raised them that way, and so they didn't know any different, I guess. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, so I was super sad about it, and I don't know, it kind of changed the way I thought about things, and I don't know. So how did you grow up? I want to hear your story.
No fire. We need to get some logs.
I know. Well, that's funny you say that. So yes, I'm trying to get this to work. So this stove, for you guys to know, this stove is funny. You'll turn it on, but unless there's a pan on it, and you know this.
Right.
Have you cooked in this
Yeah.
kitchen?
I have not, no.
Unless you have a pan on it,
won't
it
get
doesn't
up.
get
Right.
hot. But in anticipation of that, I had this pan here, and I don't feel it getting warm. So let me go check this really quick. I don't have the time. There we go. Okay. All right. So do you guys eat meat?
Yes.
Do you raise your own chickens?
Yes.
So
Right.
so do you guys can your own food? You don't can your vegetables and fruit and things like that?
Dehydrated.
Oh, okay.
Or
So
freeze
how
it.
would you reconstitute do you dehydrate chicken? How would you save chicken for long term?
Freezing.
You'd freeze it?
Yeah.
So another story for you guys. My stepsister, they also are they're very sufficient, and they'll go hunting and they can their elk meat. Have you guys ever heard of that?
I have.
It is so good. It's almost, all she did was cut the elk up raw, and then they add the peppers and onions from their garden and any spices that they want, and then they canned it and sealed it in a canner. Well, the juices and the pressure from the canner, they automatically cook the meat. Like, it kind of seals it and you can see the things, and it kind of cooks it. And so when you open the can and the meat, it's not raw. Like, you could just eat it right out of the can, but it's so tender because it's been pressure sealed, you know?
Yeah.
You guys should try that with your chicken.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because it would make meals so fast and easy. I mean, I just pulled her can of venison out and I just throw it in and make some fresh tacos with my fresh tortillas, and I'll have to make that for you guys another time. I can't believe you guys are here tonight. I'm so excited. So, let's get on the road then. I don't want to skip ahead. So we have tonight for our recipe, we have 1 pound of chicken. So depending on the size of your family, I can smell this heating up now. That's a good sign.
You had to turn the fan on, huh?
Yeah, I think automatically there's a
Right.
switching back that controls everything. And so when you switch it on, it automatically kind of kicks everything into safety mode, which is nice. I can't burn it down, hopefully. And then the binder for this is almond flour. These are paleo chicken fritters, so we're not using any gluten, okay? And I don't know how you guys feel about gluten and
I
probably
avoid it.
Okay,
I
you
think
do.
it's nasty.
Okay, so these are gluten-free, yay. So almond flour is the binder along with an egg. And you guys have all your farm fresh eggs?
Yeah.
Man, I miss those. We did too. Those are the best. If you guys have never ever had a farm fresh egg, how would you describe the difference between that and an egg that has, they're all white and they've all come from a chicken factory? How would you describe the difference of the way it looks, the way it tastes?
Well, the way it tastes is huge. There's a big difference. I wrote a couple articles on this, and one thing is that just by the nutrient density of the
Oh,
egg,
you should come. Come on. He's going to be my co-host. I'm so glad you came, and this is fun, and we're going to shout out to your farm, so this is great. Okay, so he, again, raises farm fresh eggs and chickens. So you wrote a paper?
I've written many articles. I've written one on how to reverse Alzheimer's, on how to reverse, if you're diabetic, how to reverse that within 10 days.
What about arthritis?
Same thing. I've helped people that have been arthritic for maybe 5 to 15 years, and
Oh my.
they follow my protocol, and within 1 month, it's gone.
Okay, you guys hear that? Everyone who suffers with arthritis, we're going to give you his contact information. There is hope. You don't have to take medicine. You don't have to always be in pain. There is hope. Okay, so tell us about the eggs.
Okay, so on eggs, a pastured egg comes from a chicken that lives its natural life, meaning that it eats grasses and bugs. It's out wandering around. It's not in a cage. It's getting plenty of sunshine. In fact, it's very critical that for chickens to even lay eggs, that it gets a certain amount of sunshine every day. And then a chicken that lives kind of a natural life like it would in the wild, it can dig in the dirt and take a dirt bath, keeps itself, well, that covers itself with dirt, and that helps get rid of bugs and things that the chicken wouldn't want on it.
Oh.
And then they just, it's just a kind of getting back to nature, back kind of like how you said you grew up, right?
Oh,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But because a chicken is eating all these grasses and bugs and worms, especially the grasses that are growing wild, there's a lot of omega-3s in those plants. So comparing a factory egg to a pastured egg, you would have to eat probably about 12 conventional eggs to equal the nutrition in one pastured egg.
Holy cow.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and they try to substitute those what do you call the farm raised ones? Not your eggs, but the other kind that are just
organic?
all white.
Oh.
No, all white, and they're in the chicken farm. What do you call those?
Oh, I call them conventional.
Conventional, okay.
Or just factory, or.
Okay.
But even organic eggs are not. Maybe the chicken was fed an organic diet, but it's kind of a misleading term, because those chickens could still be housed up with a million chickens.
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how do you know? As a consumer, we want to know, what do we look for? Because we know, as a consumer, the word organic, I feel like, is way overused. You can't trust it. And that's one of the things that I talk about with my essential oils. There's essential oils that say organic and pure, and then you look at the source on the back, they don't know where it came from, they don't know what was added to it, and they only have to test one drop to prove that the whole batch was organic, which is not true. So what do you look
Well,
for
and
on
I
eggs?
liked what you said about source, because you made a good point. If it's better to buy organic than not, but still you should learn this, where your food comes from.
Yeah.
How far was it shipped? Where was it grown? What kind of soil was it grown in? The same with a biodynamic farm, because we focus on making the soil very much alive and nutrient dense. Food that is grown biodynamically is about 3 times more nutrient dense than organic.
And how do you do that? You just do the you use your waste, and you just do the mulching.
We do a lot of composting.
Compost.
And that adds bacteria to the soil. It adds all the nutrients that were in the plants. It gets recycled.
And how big is your farm? You do enough of the mulch or the compost to do your whole farm?
We do, yes.
Whoa!
Yeah, we have lots of plants.
And see, again, none of it goes to waste, because he repurposes it back into the soil, which feeds the chickens, which gives gorgeous eggs and everything else you grow.
Right.
See, you guys, the way to live. So what do we look for on eggs to know it's really a good...
Well, to buy the best eggs, you want to look for pastured eggs. And this store, Natural Grocers, is a store that, well, there's several stores that sell pastured eggs, but I think this is one of the best stores to get pastured eggs, because they have the best price that I've seen, and then the people that work here are very knowledgeable. They have some new people I haven't met, but people that I've known that have been here for a couple of years, they're very knowledgeable about health-related things.
So, just so you guys know, he will be coming and teaching a class. When did you say so next?
Sometime in the next month. I have to schedule it, so I'm not sure what what's on when the calendar's open. But
And what do you teach about generally?
well, the last time I taught a class here, it was on brain health. So I took one of my protocols I wrote on Alzheimer's, which I had to condense that down to 15 minutes. 'Cause,
That is hard.
I think it would be even 15 minutes was a lot of information.
Did you just teach a class on brain health at the Natural Grocers in Heart City?
I did not.
Oh, because my friends just went to that on Saturday,
Oh,
and it was about brain health.
okay.
Guys, listen up. So if you guys are interested in knowing when my classes are, when his classes are, you just go to naturalgrocers.com, you type in the store location that you're interested in, and you click on the events, right? Your
Right.
go-to events. And then it will show you the calendar, and there are amazing people, don't you think, that give our classes?
Yes.
And we do it for free. They don't pay us. We take our time because we're so passionate about this and just sharing and letting people know.
Right.
Awesome. I might call you up again. Thank
Okay.
you. So what an honor to have a guest like this with us tonight, you guys, because there's so much information that he has that I don't know, and his cute little family sitting here. And while I'm measuring the stuff out and he's talking, I hope it tastes good in the end. But let's go over what I've added so far. So we have 1 pound of chicken breast, and we have a half cup of the almond flour. And again, that's the binder that's going to bind these. So they'll almost be like little meatballs, but we're going to squish them flat so they're little fritters. And then we'll fry them in the olive oil or avocado oil. And then they'll just be nice little handheld fritters, okay? And it has avocados in it, and it has cumin in it. There's so many benefits of these spices, but I don't have enough time tonight to kind of go into it. But when you do research about spices and how healthy they are, look up cumin, look up jalapeños, look up chili powder. All of these spices have a lot of benefits to your body, okay? And then we have garlic powder as well. So 1 large farm egg, and you said look for pastured eggs. Not pasteurized, it's different. Pastured eggs. So let's see if that's what I grabbed. Farmer's Hen House, free range organic. See, to me, free range organic, does that mean pastured?
No, it has to say pastured.
Okay,
Because
produced.
free range is a marketing term.
See, you guys? Produced on Amish and Mennonite family farms. Now it says certified something underneath. Certified humane, raised and handled. I don't see pastured anywhere on here.
Right.
Am I missing it?
It's not there. If it says free range, it's not pastured.
It says vegetarian fed, no GMO, no antibiotics.
Well, that's all good. That's important. But still, these chickens could still be housed in a milk with a So conventional eggs, the white ones that are not organic, they have like 15 chickens to a small cage.
Yeah, and
their whole life is spent in that cage. They can't even walk because they're fed to put on weight, and they don't build the muscles in their legs because they've never been allowed to walk.
Yeah, and plus if they build the muscles, doesn't it make the meat more sinewy, so it's not as tender?
That's not true.
That's what they lead you to believe.
Because we eat our chickens, and they're running around, and that's some of the most tender meat I've ever had.
Is that true?
Yeah. And the best tasting.
See? Because happy meat makes delicious meat.
Well, I think that's it. These chickens get loved.
Yeah.
She holds them. Our goats, we hold the goats, and we get all kinds of love. And
So that is a really good point that you just made, and I was just talking to my husband about this the other night. Thank you so much
Oh, you're
for
welcome.
letting us know. So see you guys. It said all this good stuff on here, but again, he made such a good point. Nowhere does it say pastured, which means they're out in the pasture, living their life, having the time of their life, and then when you're ready to eat them, it's all good. So I was talking to my husband last night, and we were saying how, was it my husband? I can't remember. But the difference is, oh shoot, what were you telling me? I just lost my train of thought. But when an animal lives happy and loved, the meat tastes so much better. And, I know what it was. So it's important for you guys to know when you consume any product, an animal meat product, a lot of people don't get where meat comes from. They just see it in a package in the store, and there's no emotional register there, you know?
Right.
And so when I was raised on my farm, we held our animals, we loved them, we fed them, and then my daughter said, well, how can you do that and then just kill it and eat it? But to me, that was almost like a sacred gift that they were giving us. And so we were taught to thank the animal, thank them for their spirit, thank you for their life, thank you for the nutrients that they're giving to our family. And then it's a peaceful gift instead of a careless thought that they just take it and throw it in the pan and you don't even have that connection with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that to me was really, really important and really special, and I love that you do that with your daughter. And is it hard for her when it comes time to take the animals?
We don't tell her.
Yeah. But does she say? Is she like, where's Ralphie?
Well, but she's familiar with that. We've, you know, on a farm you have animals die of natural causes.
Yeah.
Or they get attacked by a raccoon or something.
Oh. Do you guys
So-
have a lot of raccoons?
I haven't seen any recently, but
I mean cats, neighbor cats.
well, cats. Yeah, we did lose a
Oh.
chicken recently to a neighbor's cat because the chickens are out running around, and that's, you know, that's the cat's instinct.
Yeah.
Is to stalk its food. So
Aw.
they,
So,
they got the better of this chicken.
do they get them around the neck?
We were out of town when it happened. We had someone house sitting for us and taking care of the farm.
I
And
bet they felt so bad. So I think we're gonna try. So basically, what I've done is I've taken all the ingredients and I just chopped them up into the bowl, easy peasy. And to me, like, this looks like it's not gonna hold together, but then once you kind of smash it, you can tell that it is. So I'm just gonna make little cakes and just fry them in our pan, and we'll see how it goes. Because I was talking while we're making these, so you guys are gonna be my guinea pigs about the taste. So you guys came all the way from your farm to here tonight just to go to this class?
just to meet you.
No way! Yay, it was meant to be. That's really cool. So I teach a lot of classes. I'll do some vegan because my daughter is vegan. And so I try to support her. That's her choice, you know, and I'm happy, and there's lots of yummy vegan recipes. So, but a lot of people think eating vegan is just chewing on trees. So I want to open their eyes. So the last couple of classes I did were really yummy dessert recipes. I hope you guys like them. And but this time I thought, you know, I'm gonna do something that is not vegan because I also like to eat meat, and there's no shame in that, people. To each their own, right?
Right.
But I did want to show this to show people how fast and easy it is. So I know we've been talking, but you guys literally, you just throw this together in 5 minutes, and then it takes, you're supposed to cook the little fritters 2 or 4 to 5 minutes on each side. And then you can serve them with avocado dip. I'm sure you guys have a lot of yummy recipes of your own. Do you guys like to cook? Ish? No?
No, we.
They're
we,
hesitating.
No, my wife is what's the word? Humble.
Aww.
She's an incredibly good cook.
Really? Have you guys ever thought of, you know, those farm-to-table restaurants where they take the local ingredients? Do you sell any of your stuff to the farm-to-table restaurants around locally?
We have in the past. We're not currently doing that.
Is it kind of a pain? Is it hard?
No, not when they come and pick out what they want. It's pretty easy, but we just, I don't know if it's just too much work for them. I didn't ask them why they stopped coming, but
Who was it? Do you ask which restaurant it was?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
It was 2 years ago.
So that would be neat because a lot of people around here love foodies. Have you noticed that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be neat to have a farm-to-table experience where you have those, what are they called, the pop-up restaurants? Have you ever thought of that? Or would that be a pain?
I'll have to give it some thought.
What if you did a pop-up restaurant at your house, if you're a really yummy cook, talk about it, but the part of the cost of the thing, like if I bought a ticket, I want a tour of your farm. You show me how it works, where my food that I'm going to eat came from. Then I want to see your recipe, what you made, and tell us about each dish as it comes out and what's in it and why you chose that dish. And if it has something to do with your family, if you have history behind it, and then you just eat. Do you guys drink alcohol at all? Drink wine, eat some yummy food, get a tour of your farm. That would be so cool. And that would be great exposure for you guys.
Well, I guess we're going to have to start making wine from our grapes then.
Oh! You guys have a vineyard?
It's not really. It's everything is on a really small scale. It's a small farm.
That is so cool. So that's what I want to do. We want to get a home in Portugal and live halfway between here and there because my hubby's from Portugal. Love you, babe. And they have really inexpensive houses with land. And it is so beautiful. Portugal is kind of a coastal, kind of like California. So the coastal part, all that fresh, beautiful seafood. And then inland is the mountainous, and they have all of the vines and the Douro River.
Nice.
And they have, and so he and I both have this dream of just having this kind of self-sufficient farm where we'll have chickens and honey, the beehives and just everything we need. Some goats and make cheese and bread and whatever because I love to cook and make stuff. All right, guys.
Well, I was thinking when you post my information, you can also give them my Instagram.
Yeah, yes.
Because I post sometimes not a recipe as much as like I make a lot of salads, so I'll put all the ingredients of a salad and what goes in it to make it even healthier.
And all the vitamins that it includes.
Well, I don't go that far.
Oh, they can look it up. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm looking for some places. Yeah, let's do that. I'm really all about spreading the word, and I almost wonder if you would be open to, let's say you didn't want to promote an event, but let's say that I wanted to host something, and so I just collaborated with you, and then I just got a group of friends together, and we came out and we just did something like that. And we
Sure.
got on each, like you would just say what the cost of the product is for you, and then we'll just make it worth your time. Because I would love to expose people to your farm, what you do. I know quite a few people that own restaurants or they're chefs, and I don't know if you're open to doing the farm to table with other restaurants, or if that was kind of not very good experience for you.
It was okay. It wasn't a bad experience.
Is it something that is a money maker for you, or is it kind of?
It hasn't been. We're still working that direction, but we can talk about future things when we're done.
Yeah, I'm all about it. If you guys want to taste these, I guess I should taste one too. But you guys really, if these outside of all the talking, if you guys throw this together, get some yummy fruit. You have these little chicken fritters. It's not hard. It doesn't have to be fancy. I kind of made them quickly and distractedly, but you just make these little fritters up. They have yummy spices in them. I'll give you the recipe underneath the thing. We'll give you his information about his farm. But it's literally that easy. So easy, so fast.
Very good.
Did I skip any of the spices? They are good.
Yeah.
Yay! I did it! Mommy dog. That was so, but see, it's so easy. And it's just a few ingredients, but it's so, if you buy, like you said, natural, healthy, whole ingredients, it's just clean. You know everything that's in it, where it came from, hopefully. And then just add some yummy, ooh, you know what would be good with this? Is grilled corn on the grill. And then maybe some like watermelon salad. But it definitely needs like a dip or something. The chicken is a little dry, huh? And it did say in the recipe to have like avocado dip or something.
We could take some guacamole and spread it on top of it.
That would be I would love that. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
We're done. We did good. So, like I said, we'll give his information. And you just watch. We're going to have a cool event. Okay, say bye.
Bye. Hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah, we'll talk then. Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks, you guys.